Their separation and the divorce came from my addiction to gambling. But even before that, our marriage we're just floating by. There was no love.
I don't know, I'm just very terrified.
I want to build a connection where you're good and you're bad. Where you're good, we can celebrate. Where you're bad, so I can be there for you. Or we can be there for each other. It's just none of that.
Hypothetical. Everything changes. He is warm, he's honest, he's inviting, he's intimate with you, and he is leading in a healthy direction. Would you want to be married then? Welcome back to the I Wish You Knew podcast. I'm your host, Adam Lane Smith, the attachment specialist. Today, I'm going to be coaching a couple, and we're going to learn about the depths of their relationship and exactly what it takes to put a love back together. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Adam.
How can I help?
Well, Adam, my situation's probably very similar to a lot of people, but in a weird way. Cindy and I have been divorced for about a year and a half now. Okay. We separated about 3 years ago. Okay. The separation and the divorce came from my addiction to gambling. Okay. And before COVID, I was working and then basically going behind Cindy's back. And going to the casino and playing poker. And that got to me a lot, and I was spending a lot of time there. And so at one point, we were driving home from California, and I said, I need 8 hours a week to play my game, to feel this passion of mine. Mm-hmm. Back then, I thought it was a passion, but it turns out to be an addiction. Mm-hmm. And so, Cindy was not, Cindy's, no, that's not allowed in this family. Mm. And so I said, as a coward person I am, I said, then I need you to file for divorce. Mm. And so I made her file for divorce instead of me. Okay. So that was another coward person in me. But even before that, our marriage was, we're just floating by. There was no substance. There was no love. I thought it was love, but now that I'm going through this transformation, it was just skating by, and I wasn't present for my kids. I feel like I'm always needing her support, and always thinking that I'm not good enough for her. All in all, Cindy's, I don't know what else to say. She's a great person, good parent, good wife. And, we're going through this. And at that point, I just felt like I didn't need her. I can do this all on my own. But going through this transformation about a year and a half ago, I started asking questions. I started finding out myself, and the transformation started. And I just hope that I have other addiction as well, like adult content, masturbations. And I went cold turkey on everything. Cold turkey on my poker for about a year and a half now. All the other stuff, 9 months. And right now I'm just seeking God, and I just want her to heal. I just hope she can heal. And wherever it leads us, at the end of the day, we want to be happy. Okay. We want to heal, and we want to be happy. Okay. And I want to pass that on to my kids. We share custody of the kids, and every time the kid's not with me now, I miss them to death. And I wish I can be there for them.
Okay. I've never, ever seen a case where a person had the real desire to do better and couldn't. I've never seen that case, so I know we can get you there. I don't know what it'll look like at the end of the day, but I know we can get you there. I have a couple questions. Can I poke and prod a little bit?
Of course.
I know it's going to be sensitive. The gambling, were you losing money or just time?
It was just time. I was
Just
spending
time.
about 60 hours at the casino playing poker. I was successful at it,
Okay.
very successful.
60
at it.
hours a week?
A week.
A week. What did you do for a living? Was it poker playing, or did you also work a job?
I also worked a job.
Also worked a job.
Yeah. It was just every time Saturday and Sunday come around, I'd be there for 12 hours, 8 hours. And even when I was working,
Mhm.
some days after work,
What, and I've learned to ask whenever somebody has an addiction, what was that doing for you? What was it providing? We'll put the negatives aside for a moment. What need was that filling at the time?
I think at that time was, I was just filling a void to me, I felt like I'm a very competitive person.
Okay.
Everything that I pick up, Cindy asked me, hey, why don't you pick up golf back then? I hired a coach. I got good at it, and then I went away from it.
Yeah.
Even at pickleball right now, when I'm playing pickleball right now, I'm hiring a coach, because just like you, right? It's personal development. I want to hire the coach. I don't have the knowledge. So if I want to get up to that level, I got to hire the best.
Okay.
That's what I came to you. Actually, throughout this journey, Cindy's the one that got me here. Cindy's the one that got me to this Mountain Park church that I belong to now.
Okay.
We came from a different religion, but it felt like God is telling her to navigate me.
Okay.
And so that's where I'm seeing.
That's often the case. Okay. Interesting. So I'm hearing probably two things. One is competitiveness.
Yes.
And that needed to be fulfilled. The other is a lot of dopamine. Yeah. There's a lot of dopamine binging that was going on at the time. And so if your brain is that saturated in dopamine, the gap is usually all the other bonding hormones and neurotransmitters you're supposed to get, right? You're supposed to be, your life is supposed to be enriched by serotonin as the normal one, doing activities like racquetball and golf and things, slower activities. That's serotonin based, not as much dopamine based. The dopamine is the come on, give me the next hit, the next fix, the next thing. That's the dopamine. Pornography, same thing. So there's that. There's also oxytocin bonding. Sounds like, do you know your attachment style?
I think I'm avoidance.
That sounds like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty common. Really quick about childhood. What was your childhood like growing up with your parents? What was the connection like?
Yeah, there's no love.
No love.
There's no I love you, son. There's no hug. There's no vacation. Basically, my mom and dad put a roof over my head, clothes on my back, food on the table. And that to me was for love.
Yeah.
That's what I thought what love was. But now that I'm going through this journey and understanding my kids, even my kids now, like every time I go back to grandma's house and her mom's house, I would say, hug your parents, hug your grandparents. Okay. And that's what I instill on because I didn't have that.
Okay. So you learned the three steps of being a husband and father: suffer, provide, binge dopamine in secret. That's basically what you learned.
Wow.
Okay. I got you. I got it now. Okay. We can get that figured out because that's ultimately what you're seeking is the richness of the chemical cocktail that God has given us, in essence, is oxytocin bonding that's supposed to be emotional intimacy and warmth and fulfillment. We need that. Women, we all need it. Women are very sensitive to it, and they suffer and die without it. They starve. We do too, but we die a little bit more subtly. We die of heart attacks. We die of cancers and things like that. They just wither like a plant in the trunk of a car is what they usually do. So that's something you probably starved through the course of your marriage.
It's my roommate.
He's the roommate. Yeah.
My part-time boyfriend, part-time husband.
Gotcha. So what we would need to do, you guys want to reconcile?
I can't.
Wow, the silence is huge.
At this point, that term
Okay.
have become a negative for me.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
when it first bring that up,
Okay.
I'm scared.
Mm-hmm.
But I say, okay, we'll see what it's like.
Okay.
But after a year, with continuously love bombing, discard, love bombing, discard,
Okay.
that term is like, mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just very terrified.
Okay. I hear that. Let me put you at ease then. If you guys were to go forward, the old relationship would have to completely die, and a fully new relationship would have to be crafted with fresh expectations, exact timelines, everything laid out completely on the table. You would be different human beings than you were before. That is the only way that this could work. There's no going back to the way things were, and neither one of you wants that, right? The only way forward is a real intimate relationship. Let me grab you some tissues really fast. I know that a lot of the people watching this show right now have had attachment issues for their entire life. That's why I want to invite every single one of you to check out my attachment repair program. It just might be the jump that you need to go from insecurely attached and lonely and frustrated to fully secure, connected, and bonded in a great relationship like nothing you've ever felt before. Check out my website, adamlanesmith.com, for the attachment repair program. So we're going to have to build a different relationship if that's what you guys decide. Now, I'm not here to decide that for you. What I can do is say this. We'll build a system that's under what conditions would you be joyful to be together in a marriage for the rest of your lives? Under what conditions? Now, we're going to have to build a contract. We're not there yet. We're going to have to build an exact step-by-step contract because most wives take it on themselves to try to police the relationship, decide, okay, how do I make things go? How am I going to control things? How am I going to talk about things? How do I measure? We're going to have to do that for you.
Yeah.
That's not your job. Sound good?
Sounds excellent.
Good. So, hypothetical.
Okay.
Everything changes. He is warm, he's honest, he's inviting, he's intimate with you, and he is leading in a healthy direction. Would you want to be married then?
I would then entertain the idea.
Got it. It's a good answer. I like that. You're guarded, and I can understand that. So I think it's been a rough couple of years probably for both of you guys, huh? How many years were you guys together married?
17.
17. And then 2 years of separation and 1 year of divorce. So 20 years this relationship's been.
And then the 3 years of dating.
3 years of dating. 23 years.
So I know this man all my life.
Wow. Okay. Well, we can still figure this out. You guys are far from the worst case I've ever seen in my life. So we're totally fine. Far, far, far. You guys are barely half on that meter. Okay? Now, I'm hearing you, and I'm listening to you, and you're humble, you're direct, you're focused. I'm also hearing you saying it's been a year and a half, and he goes forward and back and forward and back and forward and back. So from your perspective, what you're hearing from him right now is that full, real truth coming through. I don't think he's lying, but is this, from your perspective, is this a temporary change that he's making right now, and he's going to go backwards? Because I don't know him. I haven't been there for 23 years.
I wouldn't say that he's speaking the truth, but the truth of now. It's always been the truth, but the truth of now until something happened. And then we see that full circle again. I go through that cycle so many times already.
Okay. So he makes a change for how long? How long do you usually see it? What does it usually look like? Usually it's about 3 weeks for most people, but how long?
This time is different because I'm different.
Yes.
So I can see this, it have that potential longing.
Okay.
And also I'm fearful of myself when I'm gonna cave back to being me. Because I'm right now, I'm building that backbone.
Got it.
I have created my tribal and that fence. And to be honest, I'm quite content and happy.
Okay. Are you?
When I don't have a choice, this is very happy.
Okay.
Because I can control my own life.
Gotcha.
I don't have to live through that. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? When do I have to clean up?
So the absence of pain feels like happiness to you.
Yes, it's freedom. For once.
Okay. Do you have a vision of what a truly happy, fulfilling marriage would look like besides the absence of pain?
Yes.
Ah,
Having the husband, the kid, doing the yard work, cooking,
yard work
having
and cooking.
dinner,
Okay.
go traveling.
What would a truly fulfilling, safe, trustworthy husband look like on an average day? What would he do? How would he spend his day with you? What would he do? What would be different?
Portion of his time is with the family, with me,
Mhm.
and then with himself.
Okay.
And now I realize I do need that time alone.
Did you not realize that before?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I thought like family is supposed to be cling together. So that's what's family.
Oh, okay.
And I thought getting married is my ultimate goal. People would think like my career, this and that. No. That was my ultimate goal.
And that's a wonderful goal, being a wife and mother.
But then
But what next?
what happened? I feel like I'm just a shadow.
Mm,
This man lived his life.
okay.
Maybe the title is I'm married, but he's lived his life. I'm not.
Got it.
I keep following him. And my option is like, your choice. Come or stay home. Stay home with who?
Okay.
Myself? Empty home?
How much do you, of 100%, 0 to 100%, how much do you blame him for you feeling and living that way?
Guilty, but 1,000%.
1,000%. Okay. On both?
Yeah.
Both of you are 1,000% guilty for that?
Yeah.
Okay. I can understand that.
Now what we go through, it's sad, but it definitely gave me a time to reflect and go, did I really live? Is that how life should be?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you think he likes you more now that you have a life? Do you think he's more attracted to you now or less
I don't
attracted
know,
to you?
because I like I said, that guard is very
Yeah.
high and tall. I don't know.
You don't know if he's attracted to this version of you or not.
I don't know, because he doesn't really talk about feeling. He doesn't express those things.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just like, like checklist, or stay on the right and the surface.
Yeah.
Like what I'm getting from him is like I'm getting from a friend.
Gotcha. You're looking for emotional intimacy, personal content, personal sharing.
Mhm.
Okay. I can teach him that. I can teach you that. The avoidant person's brain, unfortunately, the prefrontal cortex judgment area, it overdevelops and it squashes emotional expression.
Okay.
But that's mostly when they feel a threat. So they feel a threat. Their amygdala also, the fear center says, sharing is dangerous. I shouldn't do it. And then if they try anyway, the prefrontal cortex says, that's dangerous, and squashes it. So two parts of his brain are both squashing that. So we're going to have to overcome that, because that's one of the only conditions to ever make this relationship work as well. This will never, ever, ever work as long as that's holding you guys back. But the key to that is actually disarming it so it doesn't feel like danger anymore, number one, and showing you how to use a language you've never used before. Emotional language is not something that you probably grew up with. You probably didn't get taught the words for feelings and emotions and how to share. You probably didn't get that at all. It was probably the opposite, right? You got punished if you tried.
I did.
Yeah. Most men who are avoidant, they have no idea that there's a different way to live. So they just live their life. Again, suffering, providing, secret dopamine binging. Those are the only things they understand. And they think that is being a husband. And then they hear the wife come in and, I want feelings. I want love. I want care. And it sounds like that. It sounds like whining. It sounds like, well, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you want. Like, come here. Okay, I'll give you more money. Here's another credit card. Here's $1,000. Leave me alone. Go away. I'm over here doing my thing. And what's actually happening is the wife is detecting a serious problem that's killing both of you and harming the family. And she's coming in saying, I need to feel loved so that I have capacity to give to our family. I need to connect with you so I know you and I feel safe with you. I want to understand you and be close to you. Help me do that. But it's the language gap is so huge that it sounds like whining and nagging and just go away. And then the dismissal of just go away. That's not important. It sounds like you're not important. And it's just shoved aside and starving.
The part of providing is he have this thing with money too, so not even that either.
Okay. We'll work it out. Now, one nice thing, you guys have a shared faith. The same faith?
No.
No.
No. Tell me about that.
I'm Buddhism.
Buddhist, okay.
So with my religion, it's a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of heat by marrying Calvin as the beginning with his family.
Okay. Gotcha. I thought you had said someone introduced you to a church. Who was it?
Well, she goes to yoga at this mountain park church.
Oh, there we go.
So that's how
There
the
we go.
connection.
That's why I was confused.
So that's where the connection lies. She goes, Calvin, there's this 12-step program that I
Yes.
think you should look into.
Okay. Still looking out for him. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
He's still my friend.
I hear that. I hear that.
And so when I heard that, I go, okay, let me go try it.
Mhm.
And I've been with this 12-step group, men's group that I belong to, and I go every Tuesday for about 2 hours,
Okay.
and just walk through the journey of that. And I've been doing that for last year now.
Okay. Do you know, through that 12-step program, have they trained you to speak more personally and about more emotional content?
Yeah, right now. That's why I'm sharing so much right now.
Yeah, they've trained you.
That's why that authenticity, that emotional connection with the men.
Mhm.
Now that I can still say that, hey, if we were to reconcile or a new relationship,
Mhm.
I can get there, like with your help, of course,
Yeah,
right? To
I
be
help.
able to have that emotional intelligence
Yeah.
on when she needs me, that 15 to 30%
Mhm.
type of deal.
Okay.
Um,
I'm curious. You're hearing her expression, and no. There's never only one good and one bad person. I'm sure there's challenges on both sides. We'll get there, but you're hearing her expression about emotional starvation, not feeling safe, not feeling loved. What does that bring up for you? What does that feel like to listen to your wife, your ex-wife? But
it's always been. I think she said that many times. I just didn't realize it until like 4 months ago when she cut me off completely.
Okay.
No, like the texting and stuff like that. There's no
Mhm.
going over to the house, and I felt that disconnect, and I think it jump started my mindset.
Okay.
And saying, you know what, and I starve for that now.
Good. That's a good thing. It's good because it's the vehicle by which you're learning. It's the vehicle that's going to rescue you from the life that you were living, and it's going to help you grow. And it's one of the kindest things she's probably ever done for you, as much as it's awful. It's a kind thing. It feels awful. It's the right thing. It is the right thing at the same time. It doesn't have to be permanent. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. But it is the right thing. I tell a lot of women, men don't change for love. You can't change a man by feeding him and hugging him. You can't. We don't. I wish we did. We change for pain. We change for pain and suffering. We solve problems. And if you don't give us a problem and you tell us there's no problem by loving us and feeding us and hugging us, we don't change, unfortunately. I wish we did. And it's not fair. Yeah. It's not fair. It's one of the best things you ever did was give him a very hard line and show him the consequences of his choices.
I wish I learned this back then.
I wish you did too. Do you have any daughters?
Yes.
You're going to be teaching them this really fast.
Yes, definitely.
But it's a good thing, right? This is a kindness actually that a wife should be providing, is boundaries, expectations, clarity. That's why before when you said I was just a shadow, I was just in my family, I was thinking, and forgive me, neither one of you was really doing the job of a spouse. Neither one of you knew how to be a spouse. And it's not your fault. You didn't know how. But actually, you're both sitting here at the table and you're both at least having this conversation. So that's a good thing. We can still build this. I believe we can still build this. I don't need you to let your guard down, actually. So you're fine. Number one. Number two, it shouldn't be you having to police anything. We're going to build a system. Yeah, see, we're going to build a system where he is, well, I'll show you, but he's going to be handling that. And you're going to be so calm and so clear. Things are going to go so easy for you. We can't have it any other way. I cannot build you a relationship where you're the police and you have to make all the decisions and you have to guess when you're safe. I can't work. Okay? And it's also not going to be taking his word for it. That's also not going to work, right? We're going to build up to where your word means everything to her. It will eventually, but we're not there yet. You broke that. It's all you know how to do. That's okay. Okay. I'm not here to shame either one of you. I think you guys are both doing the right thing right now. Okay. So 4 months separate. Now really 4 months separate, if we want to think of it that way. You guys had the legal separation, then the divorce separation, but not really. It's 4 months. Okay. So this is raw and it's really fresh. So that hit and it has begun really transforming you.
Yeah, I think before that, a year and a half ago, I was in the transformation stage, but it was just like you said, it's all surface.
Yeah.
But I think really dig into it, like when she put a stop to this.
Yeah.
For about 3 or 4 months ago, and
is this the longest he's ever? Sorry, is this the longest he's ever changed? 4 months.
The longest that he tried.
Yeah. I see that. Okay, yeah, fair. Are you afraid he's only changing because you're having the pressure on that the moment you stop, he's going to go right back?
Yep.
Yeah. So you are afraid that you're the only one holding everything together right now. And that's the fear of you're afraid of your own giving in. You're actually afraid of loving him.
I'm afraid to let loose.
Yeah, you're terrified of love right now because love is so scary and painful for you.
What?
Yeah, love is danger.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I've seen worse. I still have. And I tell you that to give you hope because most people feel like theirs is the worst, most hopeless case on the planet. And it's not. This is not even close to hopeless, you guys. I get asked all the time, what is my attachment style? What is my attachment style? What is my attachment style? So I have finally launched the attachment assessment. This is not a short quiz that just spits out an answer after 3 seconds. This is a thorough, in-depth, science-backed assessment. Check it out on my website, adamlanesmith.com, and learn your attachment style, the severity of what you're dealing with, and some next steps you can take right now to build very secure attachment. In those 4 months, who in your mutual life, besides your 12-step men group, who have you talked to in your mutual life about building accountability, about making changes? Who that she knows, who that could report back to her about changes? Who have you told?
I told everyone in my men's group.
Yeah.
I have people that are at Bible studies that I'm telling.
Cool. Family, friends, the people that she knows.
No, I haven't talked to anybody because, that she knows.
That's a big component right there. For a man to make a permanent change, you know this. When he makes let's take the religious conversion. When a man makes a full religious conversion, how do you know?
How do I know?
Yeah.
Just like he tells people. Yeah,
everybody.
And he shows, and he's like proud.
Yes. Does he build accountability with everyone around him so he doesn't go backwards?
Yeah, and I have. Yeah, and I have. Like, there's times. I mean,
I'm sure you have, but unfortunately, the way if it's men's groups, 12-step groups, those are invisible to her because they're so removed from her that there's no safety there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If this was 10,000 years ago, we'd have a little village, and you'd be off in the corner telling dudes from a different village, like, I'm going to go change. Instead of in the middle of the town, in the middle of our village, yelling to everybody, I am a new man and I will never go backwards. And if I do, beat me with a stick. Right. And then her stress goes down because now everyone in the village is keeping you accountable and they can see you and watch you and they can come report to her about what you're doing. And they can say, yeah, he called me last week. He's doing great. I was amazed by how he changed. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
With the kids, how have you changed with the kids? Have you told the kids about your changes?
Yeah. They've seen my transformation.
Cool.
Like the other day when Chloe was going through difficultiness, I was there for her, speaking to her, just listening to her. Chloe and I had a big episode about a month ago. She was screaming on top of their heads, throwing glasses and stuff like that. And at one point, she came to my room and we were shouting at each other. And she came to my room and she said, Dad, can you she was calm. I don't know how she got it. And I told her this the other day. Said, she goes, Dad, can you just apologize to me? Even though you don't mean it, can you just apologize to me? And at that moment, I felt my kids was the father. And I felt, I said to her, Chloe, you know, Dad is really sorry that Dad did that. There's something you said really triggered me. And I shouldn't have let that affect me. But it did. And because of that, I'm very sorry. I'm still learning. I'm still learning, Chloe. And I feel sorry that I put you in that situation. And and I said, we're going to have this discussion more. And I want you to know that Dad is really trying, but sometimes Dad failed. That's not perfect. And, and I spoke to him on that numerous occasions. And I used that as a tool to teach her. I said, what you did that day really helped Dad through this journey. And you're a strong individual, and I want to be there for you. But, there's days you're going to make mistakes. And I shared this with her yesterday when she had a moment. I said, with your friends, just use what you did with me. Talk to them and tell them what's going on. And so, yeah. And now I have a great relationship with them. I love them. They would come to me and say, Dad, can I hug you? Instead of me forcing myself on them. Jacob would say, Dad, can I hug you at night before we go? And some days I would ask them. Back then, I would sneak off to go play poker. Or even up to about 2 months ago, I was still, get them home, do their homework, and sneak up and go play my pickleball. But now, I feel like, man, I need to be in their life. I just sit there. The one thing is that Sydney has taught me is that it's not, you don't have to, you just need to be there. And they see that if you're there, they don't need you to do things for them. You need to be there for us. That's it. And I didn't know how to do that, And with Jacob, same thing. Like the other day, he was doing his math and he goes, Dad, can I show you how to do my math? And I was in the middle of work too. And I said, sure, son. So he showed me how to do math and I learned. And I was so proud of him because he was able to share that experience with me. And these are the experiences that I've never had as a child growing up. And I'm able to see that through my kids. And
that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. The hardest part of my job, quite honestly, is not when people don't want to get fixed and they don't want to repair their relationship. The hardest part is actually this, when someone has lived their whole life without understanding what love is, and then they come to the realization of what it means, and then they have to confront all the times they didn't give it to other people. It's the, is this what I've been doing to people moment. This is the hardest part of it right now. It creates so much doubt and so much fear and so much shame that people, they think, how am I ever going to get through this? Is that a thought that you have? How am I ever going to make up for this?
Yeah, it's like, I feel overwhelmed sometimes. Yeah. But I feel overwhelmed. I don't know how to get back.
Okay. The answer is you don't have to. You don't have to. Number one, you can't make up for the past. But number two, you don't need to. There's not a process of making up for the past. There's not a debt you have to pay. What you need to do is decide going forward what you're going to offer to the people around you. Spend less time worrying about how to make things up to your wife or your, should I call you wife, ex-wife? What's good? You don't know. Even that's a loaded question. Cindy, spend less time figuring out how to make things up to Cindy and figure out more the man you want to be for Cindy in whatever way she accepts, in whatever way she's ready for. The man you want to be for her starting today for the rest of your life. You heard her say she's afraid of love. She's afraid that love is dangerous. I don't need you to make up for the past. I need you to be a man that in whatever way she can accept your love, you show her that love is safe. That's the man you need to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. You have a mission. You don't have a debt. You have a mission and a purpose. Now, as long as you view the debt and say, I'm going to make up for it, I'm going to make up for it, I'm going to figure out, the more that you carry that cloud of that guilt and that shame, actually that's going to scare her more, to be honest with you. Because then what's going to happen is you're going to start saying things like, I'm going to change for you, I'm going to be different for you, this is all different for you. And that's loving. You mean that with your heart. But what the woman hears is, I'm only changing to get you back.
Mm-hmm.
When a man makes a change and says, this is the man I am, even if you never speak to me again, this is the man I will be. If I get the chance to be in your life, this is what I would like to offer you. But this is my change no matter what. When she sees that man, that's what inspires trust and love and safety. She needs, more than anything, I don't think she doesn't love you. I think she loves you a tremendous deal, or she wouldn't be here crying her eyes out about all of this. I think she loves you overwhelmingly, but she's turning that part of herself off. I think that she's afraid. What you need to do is not make up for a debt. What you need to do is help her never be afraid again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think, it does make a lot of sense because I was always indebted to her ever since we started dating.
Right. And you're actually
Money
not.
and everything.
You're actually not. Now, if you're in a relationship with her, you do owe her things, not a debt, but as a human being, as someone who's giving to you and being loving and kind to you, you owe her reciprocal love and care. You owe her love. It's not a debt, right? Do you want debt hanging over his head? Maybe a little, because it kind of makes him, but do you want a man that there's debt hanging over his head?
Not so much of that, but be a man.
Be a man.
Be a man.
Take accountability, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And when in my culture, when a man says something,
Mm-hmm.
it's a stone.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to break.
Mm-hmm.
Not which direction the wind blow.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna ship. You're gonna ship. That's what I get.
I hear that.
And it's scary.
I hear that. You started going to that church. How long have you been new in your faith?
I've been Catholic all my life,
Oh.
raised Catholic, but
Okay.
at the same time, and just going
But
through
really,
the motion.
yeah, but really,
Really, yeah.
4 months now.
Yeah, 4 months.
Okay, so you understand that when we make the final, actual, real decision, the past person you were has to die, right? The debt gets paid off, but then you have a mission and a purpose that you have to live forward, right? You're not a slave in the Catholic faith. You're not a slave to God. You are a loved child, but there are expectations. There's a purpose and a mission going forward.
Mm.
Part of that is to what? To give love to those around you, true, legitimate, honest love for the rest of your life. You got a very good reason to do that for the rest of your life, which is good.
Yeah.
Now, how many kids you have?
2.
2? Okay. A son and a daughter. How old are they?
16 and 15.
16 and 15. Can I tell you how wonderful it is that a 16 and 15-year-old are asking to hug their dad? That is beyond wonderful.
Both of my kids, they are very affectionate.
That is excellent. That is excellent.
They're very affectionate, and they are very mature for the age.
Yeah. Now is the time they actually will need you most. They're going to need you for every single day for the rest of their life. They will never not need you. They will always need you in different ways. One piece of homework I want to give you right now is to go to your kids. Even if you've already done this, do it again. Go to them and say, okay, I'm not erasing anything I've done. I want to take full accountability for not being the father that I should have been. I only now understand what it even means to be a father. And I'm not telling you that to let myself off the hook, I'm telling you that in case you ever, ever, ever believed that I didn't want to be your dad. If you ever felt you weren't good enough or that I didn't want you or any of that, I want you to know that's not true. And going forward from here, I would like the opportunity to show you that every day forever. Are you open to having a new relationship with me? And if so, here's what that can look like. Talking, sharing, hugging, open communication. Great example of your daughter talking with you. Right? Have you had that talk with them yet?
No, I haven't.
That's what's coming next. That's what's coming next. And that's the kind of conversation that she would see that and say, he's really changing. You have that conversation with one. Then you have a conversation with the other one. Then you go have the conversation with someone she knows, a friend, a mutual friend that you guys have known for 15 years or whatever. You go have it with a brother, or with an uncle, or with all the people she knows, and you start having those conversations with people in her life. It almost will feel like an apology to her, but it's not. It's actually what you're doing is you're easing their wounds. If they have any wounds that you've left, you're easing their wounds. You're helping them believe in love and transformation, actually. And then you're inviting them into a better relationship where you're both then going to discuss intentionally what that relationship looks like, how you're going to talk with each other, how you're going to care for each other. It's a pretty terrifying thing. Are you terrified? Is your stomach twisting up thinking about doing this?
The kids is easy.
Kids
enough.
is easy.
Yeah.
Because you're the dad.
Right. But Cindy's friends might be difficult.
Yes.
Because, I got the courage.
Yes. Nothing worth doing is ever easy. And if he went around and talked to your friends, for example, if he went around and talked to the people you guys know, family, people that you know, and did this fully with them, and did these, and also followed through on them, let's say for the next 6 months, and everybody saw those changes, and he was changing fully with them, would that help you believe he had changed?
Definitely the follow through part.
Yeah, the follow through.
That's
So the
why-
conversations, they help, right?
Mhm.
But the follow through is what really matters. I just threw out a random number, 6 months. What do you think about that? I'm a big fan of timelines.
I come to learn that's good to have.
Absolutely mandatory. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 6 months on this, of 6 months of growth and learning for 23 years, and then 4 months, 6 months. Okay. That's not even a full year then that you've been going through this. 6 months from today.
Yes.
Over the next 6 months, the specific changes that need to happen. And I'm going to get to you in a moment of the changes you got to make too, but we'll get there. We'll get there. It's not just beat you with a stick and she gets to sit there and smile. This is okay. But I also understand there's a lot that needs to change over here on this side of the table first, because very little can change on that side of the table until there's safety there. Mm-hmm. Very little can change over there till there's safety. Her heart has hardened into stone, and it's had to. If the man doesn't step up the way he needs to, you thought you were, but if he doesn't step up the way he needs to, then she has to become the man. And that's very hard over there. And that's basically what you're doing.
I know nothing but to be masculine.
To be masculine. Okay. We need to take that role back so that you don't have to do it ever again. And actually, that's going to be proof that you're the right man for her. All we need to do is show her the man that you actually are. But first, you have to become that man. You become that man and show her who you are. Safety is going to be huge for her. Not that I think you're violent. I don't actually. What I think is that you don't provide the emotional safety for her. Yeah. Financial safety for her. You heard her come back pretty quick. No, financially, he doesn't do that. Financially, he doesn't give money like that, right? I don't need you throwing money at her, but financial safety, emotional safety, yelling back at the kids. I get it when they're 15, like the temptation is there, but managing your own emotions, truly managing them. You both were emotionally starving through the course of your marriage. That's why you were looking for dopamine. So part of emotional safety is actually you having these conversations, great, but then over 6 months, building intimate, warm, personal conversations with those people and those relationships where you are saturated with that bonding hormone oxytocin. You are packed with vasopressin, trust, and connection. You are loaded with serotonin. Your dopamine cravings are going to plummet to the floor. And that right there is going to build a tremendous amount of GABA in your system, GABA. GABA suppresses cortisol. So you're not on a hair trigger. You're going to be so calm and steady. The love you share with all those people is going to keep you so calm and regulated. Okay? And that's emotional safety for her because she never has to worry about you getting angry, defensive, blowing up. That's not going to be a thing anymore. So she knows this man, 6 months from now, he is just calm. He has very warm, intimate relationships with people that I know and I trust, and I've seen it for 6 months. He is so incredible with our kids. They are thriving like never before. He has shown me what love and safety can look like, and I don't have a doubt in my mind that he is a good, safe person for me to rest with. I can finally let go and let everything drop and not be afraid that anything will get hurt ever again. That's 6 months from now. That's the pathway toward a new marriage.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. The one thing that I have to ask Cindy about this is she set a timeline for us 6 months from the time we started our journey with you.
Interesting. Okay.
So
what date was that exactly?
I think we signed up mid-April, April 16.
April to May. Okay. Well, we're at 1 month, so you got 5 months left.
Okay.
That's still.
I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, 100%. That's good. Good clarification. 5 months. Depends how fast you want to move on this. You can get a lot of this knocked out probably in the next 2-3 weeks if you wanted to. The initial.
Yeah.
And then it's how fast you want to go. I've had guys make this journey in 30 days, and the transformation was so explosive. It's just like you can't even put them together as the same human being for 30 days. Can you imagine if he was out there with your kids talking like that, talking with your friends, your family, and then following up and having phone calls with them, and they're calling you, other people are calling you saying, "What happened? He's incredible. This is so big." And then you see a crisis, you see him go through a conflict. He stays calm and steady and works with the other person. You see him spending his time doing things that you know are good and right for him. And that's the opposite. We're not going to lock you up at home and you never leave the house. That's not how you prove that you're not gambling, for example. You prove it by filling your time with other things and then inviting her into that so she sees it. And she knows the people you're doing it with and they're reporting back to her that you're doing it. Like, "Hey, your husband was here. It was great, blah, blah, blah." All those are the pieces where she begins to trust.
Mm.
And over time, as you continue doing that, that's where your word becomes everything because now she fully trusts you because you are constantly demonstrating who you are. She's seeing it over and over and over. In the good times and the rough times, you are always the same man. Yes?
Over time, I have come to recognize and learn that Kevin have a secret life.
Mm-hmm.
The life that he showed me
Mm-hmm.
or tell me,
Mm-hmm.
and then the life that it's very secure and cover until something blow up and I just know small little pieces. I always have to put them together.
Yeah.
Put the pieces together. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then I start investigating. It's like,
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, there's only one way to fix that. And it's not you just giving her everything and she has total access. We get a chip implanted in your neck so she can track you. Even that wouldn't work. That's not going to work. It's the fullness of your relationships. It's you being fully satisfied in your relationships. It's you spending your time on places that she begins to really trust, and she sees your values and your goals so that you're living opposite of how you used to live. And then she's not afraid. That's when you're not afraid anymore.
Have integrity for his word and his action.
Yeah, exactly. They will make sense. You will see it, and it will be so clear and so obvious. You will
I'm
trust.
not expecting a saint.
No.
But I expect that if you're going to do something, own up to it.
Mm-hmm. And she doesn't expect a saint, but your job is to aim for it.
Okay.
There's a saying that in the Catholic faith that we get married because we are supposed to help each other become saints. That's actually your wife's job, is to help you become that. And so when you said, 4 months ago, she locked me out of everything, and that was my moment when I finally woke up, that was her helping you that way.
Mm.
That was her actually giving you a tremendous amount of love that was probably very hard for her to do, but calling you to live a better way.
Mm.
Have you ever thanked her for that moment?
I tell other people, but I never told it to her.
Do you want to tell her now?
it's tough thanking you. I don't find the words because I always think you're stronger than me. I always feel that my ego always get in the way. But deep down in my heart, you've always been that person. You've been strong for us and for the kids. I thank you for all the things you've done, getting me to where I am right now, transforming me, putting up that barrier, guiding me. I want to thank you for putting up that boundaries that I never could have put up. You're a strong individual, and I value you, and I thank you. I'm grateful for this experience, and hopefully other experience down the line.
Well done. Now that was the beginning of emotional intimacy. Now, thanks, words of thanks are good. Actions of thanks are better.
Yeah. That's something that, I learned that through, that's her act of love.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
I fall
want
short on it.
I want you to view things going forward not as I'm paying off a debt to my wife. I want you to view things going forward as I am paying my thanks to her. I am doing this out of thankfulness to her. That's a humble heart. Be thankful for her. Be thankful for your kids. When you talk to the people in your life, your family, friends, when you have those scary conversations, do it out of thankfulness for them. Do it out of thankfulness that they're still here. You can even thank them for being patient with you. One thing I tell a lot of people is we often go around saying sorry, 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 sorry. And very few people want to hear sorry. Mostly what people want to hear is thank you.
Wow.
So there's one change, okay? You've got 5 months. In those 5 months, those conversations you have, as fast as you can have them, as many people as you can talk to. If you're not sure who you should talk to, you do have somebody over there that you could say, not who would convince you, but you know me best of all, and you know our life. Who do you think would be most valuable in helping me stay changed for the rest of my life?
That's very challenging
That's very challenging.
because we don't have mutual friends
Mm.
or a mutual family
Mm.
member
I-
that more in the neutral.
Mm-hmm. That's going to have to change. There's a problem right there. You guys lived a very divided life for 23 years.
I can't be friend with a gambler because all his friends are in that route. I was like, I come high.
I understand.
I don't want to be here, but hello.
Quality of men that he's friends with, right?
But now when he go through this NPC,
Mhm.
where he slowly immersed into this group of men.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, they're not same, but they've been there, done that, and they want to be a good man.
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly he walked into the life of some of the people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe can start there.
Yeah, I agree.
But outside of this church tribal,
Yeah.
we don't have any mutual friend or family that would.
That's going to have to change. I see it already. Okay. The people in her life that she trusts, you're going to have to go to them and build that with them. The people you're beginning to trust, you hear how important it is for her that you have good men around you. That's my wife's the same. She knows every man I know, and if it's not a good fit, she lets me know very quickly because she doesn't want me around bad men. The men that are around you should hold you accountable. Any of my male friends, if I stepped out of line and did something wrong to my family, I wouldn't hear about it from my wife first. It would be my friends coming to beat me up. They would knock on my door and punch me in the face. Then they'd say, what the heck is wrong with you? Then they'd pick me up and they'd say, now what are you going to do about it? How can we help you? Knock down, pick up, fix. That's the strength of good men. You need to start inviting her in and showing her and connecting her to those men. Give her their phone numbers, right? Have her go to lunch with these guys or invite them to lunch. Hey, would you like to meet this man? I really trust him, right? There's no obligation. Do you want to go to lunch with him and get to know him? Do you want to come to a meeting with me really quick? Maybe you talk to the guys there and say, hey guys, is it okay if I just briefly bring her in so she can see what we're doing? Because I want her to see who I am. Or can we meet for lunch sometime? Can we all bring our wives at some point? Because maybe it's not just you. Maybe all of the men there should have their wife come in for a night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give
her that peace of mind and that safety. The people she trusts, you connect to them. The people you trust who are worthy of that, you bring her in, you connect them. It all has to be connected. A couple is not an island. One marriage is not even a family. Okay? A family is so much bigger. It has to be the whole group. No more secrecy. The more you aggressively cut out any opportunity for secrecy, the less she will ever think you are keeping a secret ever again. Make sense?
Yeah. The one thing that I feel like is, like you said, she mentioned, we don't have the closeness, the bondness in the friends. Our family, my families don't talk to her and vice versa. Her mom is really, her mom is really appreciative of me and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so I don't know if that's one person that you wanted me to reach out to.
Let's say that a different way. Is that one person that if I reach out to them and build a relationship that you would feel better?
Yes. Or your dad.
I think my parents would appreciate it, but
Okay.
I don't know, because just like any parent, they don't want their kid to be divorced. I think it's more sided.
Maybe.
I like more come from someone that's neutral and blunt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What if he started having lunch with your dad every couple of weeks?
My dad is in his 80s and he has Alzheimer's, so
Okay.
he would appreciate you visiting him, but
That's what I mean. There we go. What if he's visiting your parents and talking with them and learning from them and spending that time with them? Would that help? Would you see a different man that way? Would that be a different man?
I would see that he putting the effort in getting to know my parent.
Yeah.
I don't see us doing anything with me.
Okay.
At least I don't see it that way.
Let's put you aside just for a moment. I want you to see the man he is, because you've seen the man he has been.
Yeah.
And you need to see a different man. Would that be a different man if he was putting time in getting to know your parents?
I mean,
Plus a bunch of other people. That would be
Yeah.
one. That would be one group.
Yeah.
Both your kids and your parents and a friend or somebody else. If you made a list of
yeah,
people.
like if he a friend with one of our friend from Taekwondo,
Okay.
his name is Bill. He is one of those straight stand-up guy.
Okay.
He said how it is,
Okay.
and he's not afraid.
Okay.
And his wife is, they have that really good family dynamic.
Okay.
They're all about family.
Got it.
And we've been with them for a while.
Okay.
That's one.
So here's an idea. If he went to Bill and said, Bill, I want to be a better husband and father, but also just a better man. Can I meet with you once a week? I'll take you out to lunch. I'll buy you lunch every time. And I'll give you an update on how I'm doing. And can you mentor me to be a little bit more of the father that you are so I can be better? And he's going out with Bill every single week. And he's connecting and talking. And Bill, when Bill sees you, he goes, man, your husband, it's awesome. I'm so happy to see him changing and growing. And you're getting those reports from Bill and from Bill's wife because maybe he's spending time at their house. I don't know. Would that help? Not 100%, but would that help?
I think that would be a good start.
That'd be a good start. Plus him changing with the kids. You see the kids feeling the same way. Maybe your parents or somebody else, and you're seeing that growth. And then maybe you're talking to a couple of the guys in his men's group.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Would that feel different?
Yes. Starting.
Starting, yes, 100%. Would that be enough for him to, I don't know, take you on a date or something like that and begin talking with you differently? I don't mean you leap back into a romance and you're wildly passionate, swept off your feet. I mean getting to a place where he can start talking to you and sharing with you a little bit more personally about who he is and how he's changing.
Why don't he start with that first, and I'll let him know.
Interesting. Do you want him to start with that? Because you had said closed, guarded. It sounded like the gate was shut.
Yeah, because I've been through this so many times.
Is the gate not shut?
I guess the mind and the heart, it's not aligned, but they are very close.
Got it. Okay. If I'm a little confused, and if you're a little confused, I'd imagine he's probably really confused.
Yeah, because like, to be honest, like when the divorce is on the table,
mm-hmm.
to me, I take it, the gate is open, run.
Okay.
Because you don't need to be here.
Okay.
Enough already.
Interesting.
Run.
Okay.
So once I run,
yeah,
I'm like, oh boy, up here and here, they don't speak the same language.
Yeah.
That's when I felt very stuck.
Yeah. You didn't really want to run. You just felt like you had to.
Yeah. Because for a better life for myself and my kid, I need to. Because at the time of that, at the end of our marriage, I was bed rest. My nervous system is shut down.
Got it.
Full-blown panic attack.
Yeah, we're talking trauma response, basically.
Because all this year, I just take on. And then my body's like, it sounds like you're not going to stop. So let me stop you. I was bed rest for 3 years. That's why where he's like, oh, there's nothing in my life. Because I'm not giving it to him because I couldn't.
Gotcha. Okay. You're talking a trauma response is what you're talking about. Like you faced almost like death, it sounds like.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, for you it was life and death.
Yes.
Gotcha. There we are. So safety is absolutely 100% the biggest thing. Does that make sense? Okay. Understood.
And I make a statement at one of the recent couple therapy that it was bad one. It was a really bad session. I say, and I have a nervous breakdown at that time. So I told them, if this how it's gonna be like, is a between either go back to him or for my health and safety, I'm gonna pick me. And it felt good.
Well, yes. If those are the only two choices, absolutely yes. 100%. You guys can never go back. Never. Yeah. Never. The only way this would work, again, warmth, safety, emotional intimacy, full trust, and full complete transparency, where there's not even a chance for secrets ever again. That's the only way this ever works. Ever. Make sense?
And I work really hard right now, not fall into that
I know.
trauma response right now.
That's totally fine. Can I ask what made that session so bad? What was it? And you don't have to go super into it. Was it, were you guys fighting? Were you yelling?
I think that's an episode where he's like, oh, so we're gonna work on ourselves. So we have all this plan, and then again, I plan everything.
Sure.
Here, follow it.
Okay.
And then he's like, oh, no, I don't think I want this. And then he just picked 4 different things that didn't work out. And I was like, why am I doing this? We're divorced. We don't have to sit here. This is crazy. And we keep going back and forth, and it bring back all those years. Like,
Sure.
why am I reliving this? I already have the ticket out. I gotta leave. The train is going. Gosh. So it's like, oh my God, that's it. I'm gonna run.
Okay.
Again.
Okay. Give me, if you would, on a scale of 1 to 10. I just need a number because I need to know. With 10 being, I definitely want to end up together someday in a better way. And 1 being, I do not ever want to end up together, ever, under any circumstances. 1 to 10, where are you at?
I'm at a 3.
Like a 3. Okay. That's not a 1. That's good. A 3 with divorce and trauma response and crying and everything. I think no, 3 is doable. 3 is very doable. 3 means there's still a pathway home. Now, what do you need from him to feel safe? What are 2 or 3 things that would need to change so you feel completely safe?
Transparent, and definitely not from his word. Action.
Okay.
Action
Transparent
based.
Actions. Okay. Okay. Are you recording this?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Transparency without action. I don't see you. I don't see the kids with you. How can I be transparent without action? How can I do that without being, how can I be transparent? Do I take pictures of myself doing things, or what are the transparency? Okay, so I go to Bill, set up that meeting with Bill every week and so on and so forth. I don't know if that's enough to be transparent. What are the ways?
Yep. It's good that you're asking. Here's the way I would ask. Is this, okay? I'm going to show you how to ask like this. I want to be transparent with you. I don't know what way is going to help you feel safe and feel like I'm being transparent with you, but I want to do it. I want to be clear. What does transparency look like that you would believe, that you would feel safe with? Hear the difference?
Yeah.
It's just a language. It's just a skill.
Absolutely.
What are 2 things that would indicate transparency to you? That's okay if you don't know. I'll help.
I don't know at this point.
Yeah, that's okay. See, that's the feeling right there. I know there's something, but I don't know what it is. Your family didn't really train you into it either, did they? Yeah, you know you need something, but you're not sure what it is. That's okay. This is actually why I've been fishing around and angling about who he should be talking to. Transparency with everyone in your life, total transparency with everybody, means that she knows you're being transparent with her. When you're being transparent with everyone around you all the time and everyone knows the real you, then when you come to her and you give her the exact same version that you are, that's one piece that she can begin to trust. Does that make sense? It has to be full transparency with every human in your life. He is a man who refuses to have secrets from anyone. So now I can trust. That's a big piece of transparency right there.
I never thought of it that way.
I know. My wife has told me, this is weird, a little TMI maybe, but my wife has told me that one of the most arousing things that I do is when I tell her I stopped at church and did confession with the priest. That I just do that. I voluntarily go and I tell my priest that I did things wrong, and I reconcile and I figure it out and I improve, that I'm actively doing that on my own as often as I can. I did it just a couple days ago, actually. I spent 6 hours at a church not that long ago. One was for a wedding, the other was just to be there. She enjoys that because I'm being transparent with a priest. I'm seeking accountability. I'm trying to improve continuously, and I'm telling her about it, and I'm sharing that part of myself with her. And that transparency. If she asks what I went with and what I confessed, I'll tell her that too. I might, I did this, or, whatever it is, but I'll tell her. If she asks me a question, I give her an answer. I don't brush it off. I don't cover it up. We have a joint checking account. She can check anything I do that I buy. So I don't have any secrets there. Right? And she knows everyone I know. So if I go on a trip, I usually take one of the people I know with me. And there's transparency because I'm transparent with them. And if I did something wrong, they would come to her and tell her. They'd tell on me. So that's transparency too. But most of all, she doesn't even have to rely on transparency because of the way I live every day. I go to her and I give her reports on how I'm doing. And not like, give me a report card. And she asks me, we go on a date, and she says, how you doing? I say, I'm a bit frustrated with myself lately. I haven't been as kind as I could have been. I've been really irritable with people, and that bothers me. Or I haven't invested time in my prayer life the way I should. Or I haven't been able to spend time with the kids the way that I want to lately, and that really bothers me. I'm going to do something about it. And then I do something about it, and she sees me follow through on that. So she doesn't have to rely on transparency because now she sees my character, and I'm sharing that with her emotionally during those conversations. I'm sharing my challenges, how I feel about my challenges, and what I'm going to do about them, and then I follow through. That's what builds trust and safety for my wife. And the transparency is just added on top of the cake.
I tend to have the experience with Calvin is tend to be a checklist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
It is very dry.
Okay.
And then otherwise it will be all the triumph.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to build a connection where, you got your good and you got your bad.
Mm-hmm.
So you got your good, we can celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
You got your bad, so I can be there for you. Or
Correct.
we can be there for each other.
Yeah.
It's just none of that.
The challenges, like I just shared, right?
Yeah.
I share my challenges with my wife. That's the emotional format for sharing, by the way. You didn't learn that. Most men don't. You share the challenge you're going through. And not, oh, woe is me, I'm so pathetic. This is a challenge I'm facing. This is how I feel about that challenge. So you can see my priorities and my principles. And this is what I'm going to do about that challenge. Now hold me accountable. Ask me next week and I'll tell you if I did it. Right? Now, if he was taking you on lunch dates and giving you that kind of report about everything in his life, and the next week you heard the updates, I changed those challenges. I worked on them. Here's what I did different. Here's the change I saw. Here's the new challenge I'm tackling this week. I worked with, I worked with Bill on this thing. Here's how I changed. Now I'm working with Bill on this thing. Here's what's coming next. Would that feel more emotional connected to you? Is that what you're looking for? You don't know. You haven't even felt that before. Would that be shocking if he did that?
I'm always on the fence when be around Calvin because I just don't know what he's gonna drop on me or what the intention behind it.
That will take time to reprogram. That's actually going to take time, and that's where the safety comes into. That's why we don't say 2 weeks; we say 6 months. Is
5 months.
5 months. Thank you, Calvin. Thank you. 5 months. But you've already done a lot of work in 1 month. It's not a wasted month. It's a lot of work. And what I want to hammer home for you is, even in 5 months, if she says, nope, I never want to see you again. I'm moving to Alaska. I will never speak your name and we will never, ever interact again. The changes you're making are not for her.
Yeah.
The changes you're making are for you. They're for your children. They're for the people around you too. That's helpful. But they're really for you because this is the man you want to be. What you need to be saying to her is, I can never stand to be the man I've been ever again for the rest of my life because it haunts me and I can't sleep and I hate it and I will never let that happen again. That's the language you need to use. That's what she's actually waiting to hear is language like that. Because then you're internally motivated. You're changing. You're changing no matter what.
Yeah.
Now, most ex-wives, are terrified to be gentle and sweet and loving and even encourage you at this point because they've done it for so long and it didn't help. Then you begin changing. And do you know what happens? They get worse. They get meaner.
Mm.
Have you noticed that? Don't look at her. Just, yes, okay. Yeah, they get meaner because for a moment they feel a small, tiny little sliver of hope and it terrifies them that they're going to get so hurt. So the more hope they begin to feel, actually, the more hostile and mean they get because what they're doing is they are testing you by fire. If this is a real change, he will do it even if I'm mean to him. He will change even if I spit in his face. He will not go backwards. So the nicer and kinder and more loving you become, the meaner she will be for a little while. Because she needs to break you now if you're not real. She needs you to break today so she doesn't waste any more time on hope. Now there will come a time, and that's okay, that's actually your job too. So it's all good. It's all good. I tell wives that too. But there will come a day where you will reach a point where you know you have fully changed and everyone around you has fully knows it and your kids know it and everyone really knows it. And on that day, she might take a shot at you. And your job when that happens is not to react with anger, any anger or defensiveness. It's actually to look at her kindly and say, I know I've hurt you. I know that you're hurting and sad and scared. And at the same time, I know that I am different. So we're going to have a different, going forward, different conversation. Don't speak to me that way. Just gently. But you'll have built so much trust with her and so much intimacy and so much connection. That's actually you turning a corner and saying, okay, now I'm ready to be the man again. You don't yell at her to respect you, but you let her know, now I'm the man. Okay, let's speak to each other with respect. And that's the day when she will scale back being mean. And she'll actually begin trusting you really on that day. That's a ways off. Don't try it yet. Because you haven't earned that from her yet. You got to earn her respect. Not her love. You don't have to earn her love. You actually have to earn her respect. Make sense? Is everything I'm saying true, or is there anything I'm saying that's not true?
Respect.
100%. Trust, respect, safety. You're already on the path. I can hear it. You're doing good.
Thank you.
So what you need from him, emotional safety.
Yes.
You need to be a man that you can respect. You need transparency, and that's primarily through other people in your life. Transparency everywhere. Okay? Your religious faith demands that anyway. So everything you're doing is just living your religion, right? And you need what? Emotional closeness, eventually.
Eventually.
Sharing the emotional closeness. Do you hear how she still wants that with you? Do you hear that?
Yes.
That's a very good thing. Did you hear a moment ago how she said, why doesn't he start with taking me on dates? Did you hear that?
No.
She said that. I said, if he does all these things, can he then take you on a lunch date? And she said, well, why doesn't he start with that?
No, we start with.
Did you hear that, though? When I say she still loves you, I mean it. I'm giving you hope, but it's also a responsibility. Someone loves you, you need to rise to that challenge. You need to be worthy of that love. You don't have to earn her love, but you need to be worthy of it and be thankful for it and return it appropriately. You haven't returned it for 23 years. That's why she's scared to give it to you now. So those are the 4 things you need from him, right?
Yes.
By the end of 5 more months, 6 months total, you need to see those 4 things. Okay? Makes sense. I'm a big fan of numbers, as you know, marital satisfaction scores, 1 to 10. Okay, 1 being absolutely not, this is the worst relationship on the planet, and 10 being I am so beyond happy, I could never be happier. You're at what, like a 2 right now on this relationship? 2 or 3 maybe?
We're not on a relationship.
You have a relationship of some sort as humans, 2 humans, co-humans together, right?
I guess it's like a situationship, which I don't want to be part of.
Correct. And that's totally fine. I don't really want that for you either. I don't think he does either. It's just a lot of messy feelings. When you're married 23 years, it's hard to sort things out. It's hard to go back to just, shaking hands and being roommates. It's really tough. It's impossible. Over the next 5 months, what I need you to be doing is building relationships with the kids, between your men's group and her, and between you and the people in her life. Bill is one, maybe her other family members. Okay, I need you to do that. Probably 6 people total are going to be minimum.
Okay.
Kids being 2, Bill being 1. You're looking at 3 more at least. Okay. 2 of those can be men from your group. 1 more person she knows that she trusts who's on her side. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Does that sound good? 6 people? Full, total, absolute transparency with 6 people with continuous change. So there's 1 target. Now, in addition to that, emotional safety, your discipline, your emotional discipline, just like you did here of thanking her, stopping and thanking her. No more yelling. Manage yourself so that you don't be a man who yells anymore. Okay? If you do, immediately stop, immediately repair. And then fix the gap so that it doesn't happen again. Constant improvement for life. I have to do it too. We all do. We all have tempers and anger and things like that. We got to keep improving. Yours is to protect your family. That's your job. Okay? Emotional safety. Over time, sharing with her emotionally. When he sat and looked at you and thanked you, did that feel good?
I'm supposed to say yes, but I don't feel anything.
Okay. Well, I saw your face. I could see you feeling. But I think you're also turning it off to protect yourself.
Because I hear this quite a lot over the year.
I'm sure.
And
I'm sure.
we're here, so.
But actions. Actions. She's going to need that from you, but followed up by action. You hear that? The action, the action, the action, the follow-up, the follow-up, the follow-up. That doesn't mean perfection, but if something falls through, you address it immediately and then fix the gap and move on in a smarter way. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Kevin definitely not a violent person.
I didn't get that feel at all. I've
yell,
worked with those men. Yeah.
but more or less of like temper tantrum.
Yeah, I hear that.
He just throw it back in my face.
Yep.
Like,
Never acceptable.
what are you talking about? We're divorced. Like, okay. All right, so then what are we doing?
Yeah, never let those words pass your lips ever again. That's why she's leaning on, we're divorced through this whole conversation. That's actually your words coming
That
right back
was
to
the
you.
last conversation that we have.
Okay.
He's like, it's too hard. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
We're divorced. What do you expect from me?
Mm-hmm.
Great. We are divorced. Then now you will see.
That was 4 months ago?
Yes.
It's your words coming back. But now you feel different and you understand different. You didn't understand then.
Yeah, I think at that moment it was just an emotional feeling.
I know.
It's a mistake,
100%.
and I'm thankful for it.
Yeah, I hear that. We're going to have to rebuild from that because that's exactly where it's coming from in her now. Because she took your words 100% to heart and is living by them. She's actually living by what you taught her. So, you're going to have to teach her different. With your body, with your words, with your mind, your spirit, every part of you has to be 100% different. And she's going to have to see that for time to begin to understand it. And then sharing that verbally with her, what you're experiencing and how you're changing, how you are changing, not for her, but how you are changing and how you're experiencing it and loving it over time. And then she sees it with the other people. And then she sees you telling her and you're inviting her out to lunch. And then you share with her about how you're doing. You ask her how she's doing. Then you step away without expectations. You just wanted to share that with her and give that to her and give her peace. Right? You consistently do that over the next 5 months. That's a world of difference. Now, what do you need to see from her over the next 5 months for this to be the right fit for you as well? And we can't ask for encouragement.
I like just for you to share what you see. When I come to you, I like to get some feedback.
Honest feedback.
Positive, negative, you're full of it, whatever it is. I want that accountability from you. That I'm holding up my end of the bargain. I would like it. I just want you to share with me what you're going through. Your journey. I want to connect too. I'm sorry I never had I want to connect. I want the opportunity to connect. like never before. How can we do that in a loving way that's useful for you?
From what Adam shown us, follow with that. That's 1. 2, showed up to auto call and asked question. I don't know why. It the first time when he speak up and he asked, it's like, oh, I know that person. I don't know. I know Adam suggests that go on date. I'm not comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. I did that for 1 year.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. What level of contact would you like between the two of you? If it's 0, you could say that, but it's going to be hard for him to show you anything under that.
Like, I like that. I don't know how to put it in words, but from what you show us is like, do those things with the people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm able to see him showed up to all the call
Mm-hmm.
and working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And my kid don't come back with X, Y, and Z and like fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
And he lived a straight life.
Mm-hmm.
I do want him to have a good life too, regardless with me or without me.
I understand.
Start with that first.
Okay. So if you see that, and if it was really there, and you saw and felt all those, and he follows through on that, that's the beginning of the conversation. It sounds like.
And with time.
And with time.
Yeah. Because in the past, it's have its pattern.
Okay. So 5 months from now, you've got your homework for the next 5 months. Okay. Over the next 5 months, you're going to watch him going through those things, having those experiences. What's a good way for him to share those things with you of what he's doing? What's a good way for him to tell you what he's doing or tell you how he's growing?
I guess by observing him in the call.
Okay. On the group calls.
On the group call.
Okay.
With the level of question. Because I lived with him long enough to know like where he is. Is he just on the surface? Or he dive deep. Like really want to understand.
Okay.
And then of course we got multiple group calls
Sure,
in a week. So that I would see the transformation there.
Okay.
And then through my kid and then through other people, but mostly that call for now will help me and tell me where he is with all this.
Okay.
Because knowing him, if it's too much, then he just stay up here.
Okay.
He definitely just gonna stay up here. And he will get questioned, but he just stay up here.
Okay.
It's nothing.
Deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I understand. I would say, because you guys are both in the group, I would say let's try for the next 2 months and let's see where we're at in 2 months. Because you might feel a little bit differently then.
Yeah.
And that may be in 2 months. This is not me making a promise for you or telling you to do this. Maybe in 2 months, you guys set up a Zoom call once a week where you check in for 15 minutes or something. If that's growing, I want there to be communication, but also I'm sensitive to you at the same time. I don't want to push you into it, but there does need to be a communication piece at some point.
I would highly encourage and recommend that Wednesday call where maybe we're comfortable enough and I see enough growth, we can have dialogue with Adams to see on both sides perspective. And
cool.
But it's,
I hear you.
Close enough but distant enough.
I understand. I do. You want to jump into the Tuesday, Saturdays? If you put your hand up, I'll prioritize getting you in.
Absolutely.
We'll make sure that we take care of it because I want you guys to have what you need 3 times a week out there. 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, let's have a conversation. If it's over email or whatever, where we talk about where you guys are at, how you're feeling, the changes you've been making, because I know you're going to. I can see in your eyes like, this is it, man. You're done with the way things are. You need to move forward. So the changes you're going to be making and pushing forward, fantastic. Okay, we're going to have a conversation about where things are at. We'll see about setting you guys up with a Zoom call or something on weeks just to check in if you're comfortable at that point. I'm not promising for you. And we'll see what that looks like. Then we'll keep updating and going forward. Because in a healthy relationship, I'm going to train you guys how to do this. In a healthy relationship, it's not one and done. I don't say, do you feel like going on a date with him? Nope. Okay, it's done. Never happen again. It's cool. What do you need to see? What's the next step? Then what's the next step? Then what's the next step? Then what's the next step? And if he doesn't meet these steps, we don't go to the next step. But if he meets this step, we do talk about the next step. That doesn't force you into anything, but we get places where you guys are both comfortable and fulfilled. Now, going through this process, you actually building this with her actually is the emotional intimacy she's always wanted from you. And that's actually why she's a little bit resistant, because she doesn't want to start building emotional intimacy with you until she's ready and believes that you've actually changed, because she hears that it's actually coming and she's afraid of it. And I can understand that. Doing this is building the emotional intimacy with her that she's looking for. So by the end of 5 months, as you continue doing this journey, that's where you guys really start connecting again, I believe. Again, I'm not promising for you, but I believe by the end of 5 months, you guys are really talking seriously about connection, commitment again, at least dating again, at least getting to know each other, spending more time together, going on fun dates and having good conversations. That's where you feel calm and peaceful. That's where you feel safe. That's where you respect the man that he is and say, you are the man I knew you could be. I'm so glad that I'm here with you. I'm so glad we have this and we get to share this. That's you looking at her and saying, I am so, so glad we get to share our lives together now and actually have these conversations. I'm so excited to bring you into the person I am now and show you this life. And now we both get to live our lives fully alive together for the rest of our lives. Peace and love and connections. Not perfect. It never will be, like you heard her say, good and bad, but together. That's where I think you guys will be 5 months from now. But it's going to take steps. Can't do it all at once. Make sense to you guys so far?
Yes.
I like it.
Okay. So your homework, come back in 2 months. Reach out to me. Let's have a conversation in 2 months. Okay. Your homework, all the things that you wanted to be doing anyway, all the pieces that you're growing into, all of that connection. Share it in the Wednesday calls, our group calls. Share those updates. Share how that's going. Talk with your kids. Talk with Bill. Talk with 3 more people, right? 2 men in your group, one person she knows, 6 people. Have those conversations. Open up to them and say, I'm going to be living a different way. Don't ever let me go back to how I was. Tell me if you see it, because I need to fix it. Build your emotional discipline and your connection. One thing I recommend to you, you might want to consider, if you've got that trauma response, actually EMDR therapy.
I'm looking into that.
That would be the best thing for you, because that's going to reduce a lot of that trauma component, because that's part of what's eating you up, is your brain is terrified. EMDR can reduce that, not just make you like, oh, who cares? It will reduce the fear that's holding you back, and then you can say, what do I actually want? Instead of what the fear is driving you to do. I don't want the fear to drive you toward him or away from him. I want you to be calm and make your own full decision. EMDR can help with that. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Beautiful. Do you need anything else from her over the next 5 months?
Just open line of communication.
At some point, that's what you're looking for. Okay? An open line of communication. Beautiful. And for you, it sounds like seeing the transparency, seeing the transformations, having the conversations in the group. You need to see those before you can have an open line of communication. You need to see him transforming with other people before you'll trust him with you.
Right.
Does that make sense between you?
That makes sense.
Beautiful. She is continuing to serve and care for you during this whole process. She is driving you forward in a direction you wouldn't go without the pain. It's awful, and my heart goes out to you because I can see how terrible it is. But that is still her love for you. And I've worked with a lot of men over the years, and I've seen the fake changes. I've seen it. I'm not hearing that it's fake. I also want to see, though, over time.
Yeah, it definitely, in the past, I was 100% like,
You know,
Oh, every woman gets fooled by the man she loves. Every
but
woman.
then now, hearing you for the first time talking about capacity,
Yeah.
my heart go out to him.
Yeah.
It's not that he's doing this intentionally, maliciously hurting me, but it's the capacity is not there for him.
It wasn't.
So
He needs to demonstrate a massive change in capacity and priorities. Women can only really give back what you give to them first. So he needs to fill you to abundant joy and love and safety and fulfillment rather than taking from you. Now, he will need an open line of communication with you to be able to do that, but that comes next. Let the man prove himself on the first quest. All the old fairy tales, the princess tells the knight, go kill the dragon for me. Okay, he kills the dragon for her. That's the female's job. The male's job is to go kill the dragon. She gives you a quest, you go kill the dragon. She has told you there's a couple of dragons you need to kill. Turns out there's been a whole bunch of dragons growing in the garden in the last 23 years. First dragon, building relationships, your tour with other people, building relationships, building accountability, working with me in the group. That's your first dragon. You kill that dragon, you move in one row. Get closer to her. Make sense? This is how you heal your wife. It's not about earning her love or being below her. It's about being thankful with her and healing her. I want you to think of it that way. Does that connect?
It does.
Good. Guys, this was hard, but you both did very, very well.
thank you.
Is there anything we haven't said?
No, this is plentiful.
This is plentiful. Okay. Do you feel any hope? Just a little bit? The tiniest amount.
I don't want to put hope, but
Yeah,
I feel
same.
comfortable.
Comfortable is fine. Comfortable is the beginning of safety. And that's what you need more than anything. You can have hope once you're safe. That's fine. That's fine. How about you, Calvin?
I'm very blessed.
Yeah, you are. I hear that. Sounds like you have a family who loves you tremendously and they've been waiting for you to realize that. And you have a lifetime to give them an overflowing amount of love. Not out of debt, but out of thankfulness and out of kindness. You have so much love to give them now. I will say this, there is no one on the planet that loves as deeply as someone who has lived their whole life without it. You have that capacity in you. All right. Well, I'll check in with you guys in 2 months. I'll see you on the group calls. For everybody at home, what do I even say? This is a lot of you out there right now. A lot of you are waking up to the reality of feeling love you've never felt in your life, and now you have regret about what could have been or what you've accidentally done. A lot of you are feeling unsafe and feeling uncertain if you can connect to the person in your life. I wanted you to see this from these brave people so that you know you're not alone in your journey and so that you can see a pathway to hope too, or even just a pathway to feeling comfortable, whatever it's going to be. I'm Adam Lane Smith. I'll see you in the next episode.